Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is a half a sheet cake, but we're going to make a lemon sheet cake today. If you're looking for sheet cakes, whether they're chocolate or white batter or yellow batter, as well as now my new lemon sheet cake that I'm going to make, please check out my channel. I am using a 12 by 18 pan that I have greased and dusted with flour. You go ahead and decide however you want to grease your pan, or whatever brand or type of shortening or oil or whatever that you want to use. But it's a 12 by 18 pan. Okay, so let's get started. Now the first thing that I want to mention is that you're going to need 8 egg whites. And I'm not going to be doing them to show you right now because I've already beaten them. You want to beat them very well and then put them in the refrigerator and keep them cool till they're going to be folded in at the end of the recipe. I think this is maybe the hardest thing that this recipe is preparing the 8 egg whites. I know a lot of people will write and say, well, what do you do with the yolks? Well, what I do is I put 2 in a little container, plastic container, and then I freeze them. And then when I bake, I can use them for whatever, making cakes or cookies or that type of thing. If you don't want to freeze the egg yolks, then a lot of times also I just bake bread, and I can use it for the egg wash and that type of thing on top of the rolls or the bread before baking. So, but let's move it along. You're going to start off with 2 sticks of unsalted butter. I cut it up into small pieces because I believe it's a lot easier to cream it. Now I'm going to try not to talk while the mixer is running so that you can hear me. Okay, so I put that on high specifically so that it would just cream very quickly for the video. The next thing we're going to be putting in is 2 cups of granulated sugar, a little at a time, till this mixture becomes nice and smooth. Turn my speed up a little bit, and then I'm also going to clean the sides of my mixing bowl. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, the next thing that you're going to be putting in is a teaspoon of vanilla. So we'll beat that in. We're also going to be putting in a half a teaspoon of almond extract. That was a half a teaspoon. Okay. I like to put my little bowl there because it's a reminder to use it. Okay. And the next thing we're going to be putting in is 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. Again, just beat that till it's smooth. It shouldn't take you very long at all to do that. I'm just going to run it for a couple more seconds. Generally, I beat it a little longer than this, but again, I want to move this along. Okay, now the next thing is you're going to be needing is 4 cups of sifted cake flour. This is the other part of the recipe that takes a little bit of time, but this cake comes out so delicious. It's well worth the time. I do sift it 3 times before using it. And what I also put into it is 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And I wanted to tell you that I put it actually into the cake flour, stir it, and then I sift it 3 times because I like the baking powder to be sifted with the cake flour. But I did sift, once again, the 2 tablespoons of baking powder with the 4 cups of cake flour 3 times. Now I'm going to start slowly putting it into my wet mixture, and then I'm going to alternate a little at a time with 1/3 cup of milk. That was 1 1/3 cup milk, okay? So we're going to start putting a little bit of flour in. And a little milk. And I'm sure you get the drift of what I'm doing. Just keep alternating it. Raise your speed to about medium. And again, you just want to beat this till it's smooth. Don't overbeat it because we want this cake to be extremely light, not dense or heavy. I'm going to put the rest of the flour in. And then the rest of the milk. And I'm going to turn my speed up. Take you too long. It probably should take you maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I tend to mix it on extremely high so it goes very, very quickly. Again, you just want the batter to be mixed. You don't want to overbeat it. Now, I'm going to take the 8 egg whites that I went ahead and beat them ahead of time, but again, keep them in the fridge till you're ready to use them, and that's what they will look like, okay? And I'm just going to clean the sides of this bowl, make sure the batter is all coming together and get to the bottom, and I'm going to turn the mixer on just another time. Okay, and that should do it. And then I'm going to take my paddle out of here and get my excess off. Okay. All right, set that aside. And then I'm just going to bring this all together and double check that bottom of my mixing bowl. And then I'm going to show you what the batter looks like. Okay, and it will look like this. Okay, it's quite silky and smooth. All right, and now we're going to take again those 8 egg whites that I went ahead and I beat them and I kept them in the refrigerator. Okay, and we're going to just take a little out at a time, and then I'm just going to fold them in the mixture. You don't want to overbeat this either because you want that air. You want to keep that air that's in those egg whites. So I just take a little out at a time and just, fold it in. Now you want to make sure though that you do fold all of the egg whites in, so you don't see a lot of, you know, the egg whites. So now it's just a matter of folding and then pouring it into the 12 by 18 pan. Okay, that's the rest of the egg whites. I want to make sure that I get it all out of there. And again, just fold it till you know it's well combined. But don't, you know, try not to overmix as much as possible. Okay, there we go. And it will look like that. Okay, and now it's just a matter of pouring this into my pan. Trying to get everything out. I don't want to waste any. And then of course it's just a matter of smoothing it out into the corners, along the sides, so that the cake will come out nice and even for you. Now most of the time, you know, you tap your pan. I try not to do it with this cake because again, I'm just really trying to keep that air into it. If you want to go ahead and tap the pan, then you go right ahead. But as I said, this particular cake, I don't. All right, now set that aside and rinse my hands quickly. Okay, now you're going to put this in a 325 degree oven, preheated of course, and it's going to take you anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes to bake this cake, okay? And I want to show you what one looks like once it's baked up, and this is how it will turn out, okay? It is an extremely very light and moist cake. It really is. It's not dense or heavy. I think you'll really like this cake, especially if you like lemon. I will be putting on a frosting that I think will go extremely well on this on my channel in a little bit of time. But there you have it. If you're looking for a large cake for a birthday party, graduation party cake, or church social, for whatever reason you're looking for a half a sheet cake and you're looking for lemon, well, I think you'd really like this recipe. Now, if you bake this and you try it, leave a comment because I like to hear from you. As always, I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake. Please subscribe to my channel, and just as a reminder that you'll find all my videos and only my videos on YouTube. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.